Today, class, we're going to be doing some textbook work. And I'm going to be reading from the textbook, and all of you will be listening. The excerpt below is from a letter, sent by Emperor Trajan to Pliny the Younger, not to be confused with...
Coffee cart, we have an emergency.
Teacher down!
Coffee, stat. You got it, sir.
Thanks, guys. No problem. We're looking at his letter that he wrote to our good friend Pliny the Younger, which, unfortunately, is not to be confused with Pliny the Older, but that's right. All right, so what we're going to be looking at is this letter that talks about what it means to practice certain religions. What's going to happen? What's it going to say? Well, we're going to find on out.
Hey teachers, if you have a coffee emergency,
Stop by room 15 so you can sign up for coffee time.
Hi, I'm Delaney. Welcome back to Inside A-Town. This week, College Week has been happening, and students have been planning their future with college reps and guidance counselors. This is what's been happening.
So College Week is an opportunity for anyone from grades 9 through 12 to learn more about college and learn that college is right for anyone. So if it's available to someone who's finishing up the college process, maybe they're a senior, they're just putting together their final application, or a freshman who's like, I don't know if college is right for me, or I don't think I want to go to college, to learn that there are a lot of opportunities and anyone that wants to go to college can. And this is just an opportunity to promote that and help students achieve that goal. We've realized that there were a set of students that didn't feel like they thought college was a possibility. A lot of students that are what they call first generation students, which means no one in their family has been to college before. And so if you're the first one, so you didn't have a parent or a grandparent or guardian that's ever been before, it's a very overwhelming process. And so we wanted to have this as a week to publicize and let people know that it is a possibility for anyone, that anyone can go. And if you are the first one in your family to potentially go to college, let us help you. We're going to help you kind of get there and help you through that entire process. So on Monday, we're just doing a kind of a kickoff in the cafeteria, just learning about some colleges, learning about what's going on in the week, having some free candy, just some kind of fun stuff like that. Tuesday and Wednesday, we're doing different workshops, College Week workshops, things like help with college essay writing, where do I start with the college process, how do I look for a college that's right for me, searching for scholarships and how to pay for college, and then also a workshop on Naviance and the Common Application. And then Thursday and Friday, we're doing on-site admissions, and that's for seniors, where we have 14 different colleges and universities that are coming here that will tell students right on the spot if they're accepted to college or not. And then on Thursday night, we're doing an HBCU, which is a Historically Black College and University fair, where we have some HBCU admissions people that are coming and doing a panel. And then from 6 to 7, we're doing a financial aid night about how to pay for college, and we'll also have some people here to help fill out the FAFSA for seniors. I think it's really just, like I said, it's our 4th year. We keep getting bigger and bigger and doing more events. It's really getting that word out that college is a possibility. I think it's opened a lot of people's eyes from doing it in the past that, oh yeah, this is something that I can achieve and I can do because I didn't think I wanted to do before. For example, the on-site admissions last year, we had 44 seniors get accepted right on the spot, and they earned over $95,000 of scholarships. And so I was learning, hey, I can get into college, and I got into college and I got some money, but it also helped, even like I said, freshmen kind of learning, hey, this is something that I can do, and these are some the resources that are available to help me.
all right. Well, thank you. Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan. This week, Jaquan sat down with one of our newest and most energetic teachers. Here is the teacher report.
Good morning, Governor Marl. Welcome to the new teacher report. I'm Jaquan, and we're here with Mr. Cantone. Well, so Mr. Cantone, what made you want to be a teacher?
So I've always liked working with students, and
I had a lot of people telling me that I might be decent at being a teacher, and I had an opportunity to work with some students the summer before my third year of college, and that kind of really piqued my interest, and I found that some of my favorite role models, or some of my big role models growing up, were teachers. And so I figured what better way to kind of honor their legacy in my life than to try to emulate what they did.
So why did you choose history to teach?
So I think history is just an amazing subject to look at, not only from the lens of movements and processes that have happened in our past, but then also stories that are being told throughout time. And I think it's really interesting to look at history through the lens of whose stories are being told, but more importantly, whose stories aren't being told, and how we can use those untold stories to shape a fuller idea of where we have come from and where we are going kind of as a community and as a nation and a world, which I think is really, really cool. So.
Let's talk about your educational path and what made you want to become a teacher.
That's a great question. So I started wanting to be a mathematician, and that was what I wanted to do in high school in my first semester of college, and I took a college math class and just got completely destroyed by it. So I moved entirely to the other end of the spectrum, and I wanted to be a minister, so a religious minister for about 2 years. And I interned at a church, and I realized that I wasn't a super big fan of working in a church per se, but I really, really loved working with the youth group there. So a lot of people were saying, well, maybe teaching is the path for you. So with about 2 weeks to go before I was allowed to apply to be in this teaching program at UVA, I sent in my application, and the rest is history. It's like I teach history.
So what were you like as a high school student?
So I was definitely like the class clown of high school. I did well in school, but I was not the best at keeping up on my work. So definitely, to those of you listening, please don't be like me. As a high schooler, definitely stay with your studies and be respectful of everything around you. But I have matured since then, I think. So, yeah.
So did you have any hobbies or sports or things you did after school?
I did. So I ran 3 seasons out of the year, which is a huge reason why I help the cross-country team now. I also played in the band. I played trumpet, and I was really involved with Boy Scouts as well.
So what do you like to do now besides teaching?
I'm really big into annoying my roommates. I live with Mr. Lorenzoni and Mr. Lechin, and so I spend a lot of time just annoying them at home. But then when I'm not teaching, I like to run, and I like to sort of travel around downtown and hang out at some coffee shops around there, and go on hikes when I can, when I'm not too tired from teaching. But yeah.
So what's on your Spotify playlist if you have one?
So I have Run the Jewels, Tom Petty, the Beach Boys, Ben Rector, Hamilton, and then just a bunch of other random songs. But I try to listen to everything.
What's one band you would like to jam with?
Oh, I'd love to jam with Dave Matthews Band. Because I've been to some of their concerts and they can play the same song for like 15 minutes, which is just amazing. So I'd love to jam with them.
What shows do you binge watch?
Ooh, so I just finished the 2nd season of Stranger Things. I watched that in about a 24-hour span. But I will always come back to The Office. That is my go-to. I need 4 or 5 hours to kill. I will just watch a full season of The Office. That's kind of my go-to.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Cantone.
Thank you so much. This was awesome.
And join us next week on the New Teacher Report.
History was made this month when the boys cross-country team won the first championship for Albemarle. Coach Lorenzoni and some of the runners met up in the studio to talk to us about their win.
I was running from 400 meters to go to the finish line to meet the guys, and they had passed me with 400 to go.
When you could hear our Coach Lorenzoni yelling from the side, he's like, if you pass 3 more people, then you can win this. All it takes is passing 3 people.
But I was actually running down the field with my hands in the air, just with the feeling that they did everything we asked. And we got to the paddock, and we had we had to wait 20 minutes before we knew if they won or not.
Here we go.
Let's go, A-Town! It was the best feeling in the world, and I had never felt so emotional and and I had never felt such a strong sense of joy and accomplishment when we found out.
We were just standing around, and like we had heard over, I think, Twitter, and so we found out there first, and like in the middle of the awards, they're just calling out like individuals, and we just freaked out. It was insane.
Well, we bonded by all having the same mentality of being committed and dedicated.
Yeah, so actually it's like a commitment to excellence, and it's just something that goes through our minds every day, knowing that if we want to be great and win states, we've got to commit to excellence and do all the right things.
We knew we could be pretty darn good this season just because of how much the team had progressed over the course of last school year. And the way we saw that really was in the fact that we had, over the course of the whole year, we had 20 boys break 5 minutes in the mile.
Right at the beginning, actually, over summer, we go to a camp at Grays Mountain Lodge, and from then on, it was let's win states this year. We have the talent.
Well, they tried to instill an attitude of reaching for exceptionalism and not being satisfied with mediocre standards. They reminded us every day to go to try to do more than we ever thought that we could do.
It's stuff like discipline, communication, positivity is a huge one, honesty, and that's honesty with themselves and honesty with their teammates, but more just like honesty in trying to learn from their past experiences. That's a huge thing. Looking forward in a positive way, belief, and that's the one that we really had this year, was a belief not only in themselves but in their team, and as Mark said, in their coaches, which is huge. That makes me feel good, obviously. And then just courage too. It's a sport where you have to put yourself out there, and they did that. We talked at the beginning of the season about winning a state title, and as Mark said, most people would have laughed at that if they had heard that, but they put themselves out there. They did everything we asked. They bought into those principles, and it's a special team. Yeah, I get emotional thinking about it, actually. So,
like I think if you ask like most people on the team, they'll tell you the same thing. Like we're just all so close knit, such a family. I think that's just what made it easier, what made it different.
I think we're lucky to have this group of leaders like Mark. You heard him talk in this interview how amazing of a leader he is. I mean, from Josh Farr, Nicholas Gardella, John McDaniel, Justin Fabrizio, the seniors we have, to Cutter, who moved from Florida, and then the sophomore freshmen we have that are so bought in. It's just we're lucky to have this group.
The library has always been a hub for student activities, but it just got a whole lot cooler. Here's our promo for Library of Things.
Do you remember when libraries used to be boring?
Not anymore, now that we have the Library of Things.
Come and visit our Library of Things
And see what we have to offer.
This is awesome!
It's your friend's birthday and you'd like to make something special. Look no further than the Library of Things Baby Cakes Cake Pop Maker. Quickly and easily make delicious cake pops for all of your friends to enjoy.
Oh no! Have a low tire? Visit the Library of Things. Check out our rugged digital tire inflator. Simply plug the outlet into your electric outlet in your vehicle and top off the air in your tires, or use it for other sporting goods and equipment.
Reality got you down? Try virtual reality. Come visit our Library of Things and check out our virtual reality goggles. You can slip your phone into the front area and have a gaming experience or expedition like never before. Come see me, Ms. Thorson, Ms. Kabarkis, or Ms. Black to check out an item from our Library of Things.
You can check out items for up to 1 week.
Interested in something that we don't have here? Just put a suggestion in our suggestion box.
We want to hear from you.
Thank you so much for joining us this week.
Join us next time for another look inside A-Town.
Go Patriots!